Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the mini podcast Monday Motivation, brought to you by Dominate Your Day. I'm Dana Williams, and I started Monday Motivation as a space for mini episodes to share inspiring ideas and thoughts for leaders in the workplace. As a former corporate leader, I know what it feels like to need a little boost of inspiration each week. So in each episode, I'll share a topic to motivate and empower you. Today, and this whole month, we're talking about productivity. And what I wanted to share with you today is how to manage your time as a valuable resource for optimal productivity. This has been a challenge for all of us, and this is something that I feel is something that I'm constantly working on, and I know you probably are too. Managing your time effectively, it's just crucial for achieving both your professional and personal goals. And what we're going to do is focus on strategies that can help you prioritize tasks, set boundaries, and make the most of each day. The problem is we struggle with time management, often feeling overwhelmed and unable to meet the daily demands. I always say, are we living our day in default? Or are we designing our day? We live our day in default when we're not treating our time as precious and we're just taking on whatever is coming our way. This issue stems from treating time as not valuable and a finite resource. It's just like money. When time goes away, it's gone. You cannot get it back. And so when we don't allocate time and spend it wisely, it can lead to a lack of productivity, increased stress, missed opportunities. Just like financial budgeting requires careful planning and prioritization, managing time necessitates setting clear goals and making a conscious choices about how to spend your hours and avoiding activities that don't add value to your professional or personal life. So I went out there, and as my passion for productivity is out there because of my development of the Strengths Journal, I'm constantly looking for what is out there. What are people doing? What have they found in this crazy world we're in to help them manage their time? And came across Elizabeth Grace Saunders, and she wrote a book, Managing Your Time Like Money, and how to invest your time like money. And I thought, oh my gosh, I love that concept. And when you think about your money and you think about their time, we're not necessarily looking at them the same way. And in Saunders' work, she draws parallels between time and financial resources. And she emphasizes the need for strategic time investment to yield the highest returns. She offers practical advice and actionable strategies to help readers prioritize their tasks and set realistic goals and create a balanced approach to time management. And these are grounded in real-world applications, making her advice accessible and applicable. So I want you to listen to what I learned about Elizabeth's ideas from how to invest your time like money. And then I want you to when you hear these today, I want you to think about what are some things you can do to make a change or tweak in how you look at your time. So her first thing was prioritize high impact tasks. So look at your task and assess which of those are high impact and focusing on completing those high impact, high value first. Because we work with a lot of people with their CliftonStrengths, which is helping an assessment you can take to know your unique talents. If you have a lot of executing talents in your top domain is executing, you're going to get energized by just getting things done. And what we're saying is stop and look at everything and then prioritize that list based on high impact tasks and high value activities. And that's going to ensure that your efforts yield the best possible returns. She also says create a time budget. Just as you would with financial planning, create a time budget to allocate specific periods for different activities. This prevents overcommitting and ensures you have adequate time for essential tasks like rest and rejuvenation. So instead of working on things all the time and multitasking, really set up time to say what you're going to spend on each thing so that you have that time budget. And then use a task management system. Implement a system to organize and track your tasks, whether it's a digital tool or like what a simple to-do list like we have in the Strengths Journal, where we have representation not only of what the three things you're going to do each day and why, but we're going to ask you to assign your unique talents to each of those to help boost you into action. And then her number 4 is delegate and outsource. Identify tasks that can be delegated to others or outsourced. And this frees up your time to concentrate on higher priority activities that require your unique skills and expertise. So I want you to think about today, what is one thing you can do differently based on what you've heard here from her work, from Elizabeth Grace Saunders' work? What is something maybe you heard from me with the Strengths Journal? What is something that you can do to look at your time as money and look at it as once it's spent, it's gone? So feel free to reach out to me on any of the social channels. It's Dana Williams Consulting. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And I'd love to hear what you're working on. And we are so excited that you were with us today. And before we finish, we want to make sure that you follow the podcast. Every additional follower we get helps us to raise the profile of the podcast and bring you more episodes. If you can do one thing for us today, hit the follow button and get updated whenever we put new content out. But if you can do a second thing for us today, share this podcast with a friend. Thanks for listening and tune in next time.